your child, your grandmother on the ground or in serious need of help, would you feel that you've done your part to fund what had to be funded? And I think we did the best we can, so. When we continue to grow, November, we added 8 E911 addresses. Those are new addresses, homes. And the total for 22 brings us up to 113 new addresses in the Dade County. So, hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. We've had 2 ribbon cuttings, and I guess Mr. Williams will fill us in about that here in a minute, but we got another one tomorrow. But we live in a great county, and hope everybody realizes how blessed we are to have our special place. So that's all I've got tonight.
Thank you, Lamar. Mr. Hartline?
At the sports complex, they've started striping and sealing the parking lot. They've got the front half of it done. They're not doing a whole lot with the field, so they did work some the other day on them. They've blown out and winterized the irrigation system down there. When we come over to the electrical permits, we've had 7 new construction this month, 7 mobile homes, 1 alteration and 1 reconnection for a total of 16 electrical inspections. And I also want to remind everybody on December the 10th, I'm having the Veterans Dinner at the American Legion Hall from 11 to 2.
That it?
That's all I've got.
Thank you, Philip. All right, I will not try to give anything on Ted's end of it, other than to say he is much more busy with meetings and things than most of us even realize and going, but he's not being here tonight. I won't touch on. I will say this, the folks in Rising Fawn, I was down that way today, and the decel lane there at, as you get to the Dollar General store coming up the hill there, GDOT's working on that as well as a pull out on the other side. If you're going on south on Highway 11, it's not coming straight out. You have a little room to pull out and make a turn there. So that's going to help the people there at that intersection. So I will report on our splash as I always do. This month was down a little bit, but not down. Historically, November has been a low month, and it's over last November a year ago. It's up with some almost $50,000, $45,000. It's at $296,926. And just looking historically back at those ending months of the year, they're usually down a little bit from the middle months, but it's still good to report on $296,926. Again, as we see here tonight, some things come before us for SPLOSH, some things come before us with the AARP money, and so we're blessed to be able to have those things and make it for our citizens, to do everything we can for the betterment of our citizens. So that's all I have, and Ms. Bradford.
Well, things have kind of been moving slow at the transfer station. We've had a lot of problems with recycling and just kind of general operations. So I want to request for an RFQ, especially for the up top, where the trash is hauled up and dumped. The concrete up there is just almost non-existing. And then there needs to be some road workage through the front where you actually dump your trash. Alex has been working on the computer systems, reworking all that, so that we're kind of losing in some places because the computer system was so old. So he's been working on that, getting that updated, which is huge. So I don't know what else I need to do, Dawn. Just request that, and then we'll get somebody to run.
Yeah, we'll do a request for qualifications for an engineering study on the upper building. I'll get with Ted and
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we need to do.
start that process. I mean, all they would do is come up with a scope of work.
Right.
It's not like a bid for the final bid or anything. I mean.
Right, and then the front part where it's kind of wet there, to kind of rework how people come in and dump and going across the the weights would be.
Okay.
And just let me know whatever I need to follow up with. And that's all I have.
Is that it?
Yep.
Thank you, Ms. Bracy.
And she's got our support wholly on that, cause I was there, I went and looked at it today, and if somebody trips on what's there now and goes off in that dumpster, we can pay for another transfer station probably.
Yeah, we have had some conversation with Billy and others about that, so
Oh,
it is
yeah.
something we know.
Oh, yeah.
As well as another vehicle to press and push the,
Yeah, this is not a new, it's just time to kind of we finally come to the point where we need to get somebody to look at it and make a plan.
it won't get any better. It'll only continue to, as far as the concrete now.
Right.
All right, we go down to appearances, and I don't think do we have anybody that wants to speak for the economic development?
I forgot to take that off. but
Okay.
Thanks.
It had Mr. Evan Stone on it. All right, our manager of the Dade County Library, Ms. Mindy Haworth.
Thank you, commissioners, for having me. If you look up there, I did our November stats for the library. Pretty impressive, I think, when you think about our little, people think we have a little small town library. Our circulation, that means the books that belong to our library in the month of November, 3,433 circulations. That's a lot of books coming in and out. Our door count was 1,752. Computer usage at the library, 233 people used the computer, 467 print jobs, 20 faxes, notarized 10 documents, 9 people used our study rooms, 2 people used our meeting room. We had 17 programs and 144 people attended those programs. And then we added 52 books to our collection. So those are just some impressive stats, and I think sometimes people don't understand the sheer volume of folks that are coming in and using the library. So I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to look at those and feel as proud as we are at the library when we see all those people coming in on a daily basis. The next slide shows some of our new adult fiction and nonfiction titles. They're kind of small up on there.
Start over.
No. I can talk. I talk loud enough. Y'all heard me, didn't you? So come check out our new book selection, and we have some nonfiction and some great fiction on there. We'd love for you to come see what we've got. And we have new juvenile titles as well. We've got some graphic novels in there, again, some nonfiction and fiction. I want to highlight once again our Learning Express Library. This is a digital app that anyone with a library card number can use. I want to highlight one of the college admissions test prep programs. We talked about the ACT workshop last week, but we also have the AP test prep. So for those of you with students in high school, you know that when they take an AP class and they take that AP exam, they can get college credit, which they then do not have to pay for that course when they go on to college. Our Learning Express Library has a test prep for all of these AP exams. So if you see them all listed there, this allows students to click on there. I just chose calculus. And it shows there are 2 different tests that they can take, as well as an article to guide them through this option. When they click on just that practice 1 test, they can choose a mode. They can do an actual simulation of the test and take it as if they're taking it. They can do a practice test where they see their answers at the end after they've submitted, or they can do the learner mode where they look at the question and get the answers as they're working through that module so they can see and be prepared for that test. And then they can go on to the second test and take it in a simulation mode. So I just wanted to highlight that in case people didn't know that that's another free access that citizens can use, and those with play cards. Every Dade County student has a play card that's issued to them, and they can get on that resource. Before we move on to this, which we are selling, our Friends of the Library is selling the ornament sale. Dade County Elementary School is the ornament this year. It's the 16th year. They are $15 a piece. You can get them at the library or at the elementary school. Before I move on, I just wanted to mention earlier in November, the fire alarm went off at the library, and a citizen actually called in the alarm to 911 because we recently found out that our alarm system was not actually plugged up to a phone line to contact anyone. So we've had Bob Bristling come through with Stacy, and they did a tour and they checked out our fire alarm system, and we're working with them to make sure that our alarm is actually connected to the 911 call center. At the same time, the alarm went off, not because we were having a fire, but we had a major leak in our refrigerant from our HVAC. As you all know, this is probably the third major repair we have had at the library just since this summer on our HVAC system. We have discussed with the county about working on getting the whole system replaced, and I know that we've gotten word that we are on the list for the matching state grant. The state grant will pay 50% of a new system, so we're looking into that, and we're hoping that that will happen sooner rather than later, so that we aren't continuing to make repairs on a system that just isn't working for us anymore. On another note, Bob also came by and told us that we are looking at getting security cameras in the library. We do not have any security system or any cameras in the library at this point. So Bob told us, Stacy and Bob came by, and he said that he does all of the Dade County buildings as well as the school system. So I met with him and our IT guy and Lisa, our director, today via a Google Meet call, and he's gonna come out next week and help us figure out what cameras we need inside and outside, and give us an estimate for that. Okay, now we're ready. We will be closed the 24th through the 27th for the Christmas holidays. So I want to make sure everybody's aware of our closing and that everybody has a Merry Christmas. And that's all I got. Are there any questions about any of the things I brought up?
Do you have a way to count how many are using online? Like renting the books and the kids, is there any way
To see our online usage?
Yeah.
There are reports that we can run. My
I'm
assistant.
just curious.
Yeah,
I just think it's awesome. I think it's so great that.
I think the circulations, that first number that was on there, that 3,500, that's books that were checked out, renewed.
Okay.
That's just the books, but that's not necessarily the ones that are using the online resources, the digital library. I've talked about Libby, the audiobooks and the ebooks and the e-read kids. I don't think it includes those circulations.
Okay, so it's different. Okay.
It is different. So I would have to ask Chelsea to run that report, and I'd be happy to, because I know we have patrons that's all they use.
Yeah.
They come in and they're like, oh, my card expired and I couldn't get my audiobook for my road trip. So I know that we have patrons that use it exclusively for those audiobooks.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure that I get that report.
Yeah. That would just
I'll run
be
that
good.
report for next
Yeah.
month.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Any other questions?
Nope, thank you, and Merry Christmas.
All righty. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate y'all having me once again.
Thank you, Minnie.
All right, Miss Sarah Dyer or Miss Laura Beth Cunningham, tag team.
Our tag team is tonight.
Well, it's good to see all of you. I don't think I've made it to this meeting since August. We had a lot going on, and it happens to always fall on that first Thursday as well. But I wanted to start with showing you guys what success we had at our annual chicken show and Sale of Champions. This is that project that we reference throughout the year as students get chicks back in May, raise those chicks all the way up to laying hens, and then they come back for this big year-end show. So they bring back their 3 best hens, they exhibit them to a judge. That judge evaluates them for laying hen characteristics and picks a grand champion and a reserve champion. So our grand champion for 2022 was Mr. Brock Christopher, and our reserve champion was Miss Alice Lux. Those were our 2 4-H'ers that placed in the top. And then we also have various other 4-H'ers. We had 13 sign up for this project this year and 11 come to the show. So in the past, unfortunately, we would have students that would buy the chicks but not come to the show. So we've really tried to build this program where they would come throughout the summer for summer educational day camps and then really want to come out to this show. And one of the reasons we believe that they did come out is this addition of the Sale of Champions. So this is considered a premium or scholarship type sale. So these hens go for money that is higher than the value of the hens. So you can tell that Back on the previous slide, Brock Christopher's Grand Champion pin went for $520. That is a great amount of money. Every 4-H'er that sells their pin gets 90% of that final bid price, while 10% stays with the program, so we have the program supply funds needed for things like the summer day camp. So our grand champion buyer was the Hughes family with Bill Now Sod Farm. If y'all were familiar with Edward Sod Farm on the way down 136 to Gordon County, they are now relocated there in Walker County, but they came back to support the program and to support these kids, and we are proud to have them come back as our champion buyer. The reserve champion buyer was the Dyer family with Dyer Livestock Beef. But I do want to mention that this is a really good opportunity for businesses and individuals to get a tax write-off. So you write the check to Dade County 4-H and we give you a tax write-off, and then we give the kid their 90% premium. So it is a tax write-off for businesses. It's a great opportunity to come give back to these children and have a little bit of an expense benefit for it. Our livestock show team, some of those individuals going into the doe season did travel to the national show, so it's kind of a crossover show between an end of the market season and a beginning of the breeding season for goats. 2 4-H'ers, Ella and Callie Hughes, competed there in Louisville. You can see the bright lights, the green shavings. This is a huge event. It's the largest goat show in the nation, so it's a very tough competition level at that event, and they both placed in the top 5 of their class in a couple of their classes. So that's a huge accomplishment. We're really proud of them. We're gonna switch back and forth a couple times.
We did our slides differently this time. So our November Craft Month, we had about 25 kids. Oh, this is the homeschoolers meeting. Sorry, the crafts were very similar between homeschoolers and crafts. So we had about 25 kids come this month, and we learned about where our Thanksgiving turkeys come from. And if you guys don't know, 85% of our Thanksgiving turkeys come from Minnesota. We watched the video that toured like a big farm there, and then they also watched a video where a couple of years ago, President Trump, they pardon a turkey every year, and these turkeys go and live on this 4-H farm in Virginia with like this luxurious life after that point. It was pretty interesting. And then since these homeschoolers, most of them haven't actually gone to school, you know, we've all done the craft where you make the handprint turkey, so most of them had never done that, so we made that craft with them after that lesson. Our next meeting will be December 7th, and we are going to learn about where our Christmas trees come from. Our monthly craft night, we made these fall trees using broccoli, and you stamped it on the tree, and it actually made a very pretty craft. You can see the little kid on the end, he was very spectacular with his was the best one. And then I had my youngest participant come this year. I had a 13-month-old little boy come and participate, and he used his feet most of the time, but it was still very cute.
Did he stay in the lounge?
Huh?
Did he stay in the lounge?
He did not. He had paint all over him, but he has parents that thought that was great, so it was really fun to watch, but he had a really good time. And our next craft month will be on the 15th, and we're gonna make cute little Christmas trees out of pine cones. We are selling poinsettias. If you notice them up here, they are beautiful. We still have plenty for sale. They are $12 each for any colors. I think we still have all 5 colors, but the Jingle Bell one, we have very few of those left, and we only have about 5 of the white ones left. So please come visit us at the Ag Center, and I also deliver if any businesses or churches want them. I made lots of deliveries today, and I can keep doing that. We had our annual Rivers Alive cleanup. We had 18 volunteers come and clean up trash right around the old swimming hole, as I knew it as, right there on Lookout Creek. We collected 340 pounds of trash, which when we went and looked there, I thought, oh, there's not much trash there. But there was. It was hidden, but we found 340 pounds of it, so I was really proud to have all of these people come. It was a joint effort between the 4-H and then Stephen Bonico. So we had a really good adult and kid turnout for that. We have shotgun registrations coming up on December 12th. Really happy to say that they have lowered the age limit, and now 6th graders can also participate in shotgun. So I think that's really going to add a lot of kids to our team. We've really promoted it to the middle school this year, so I think we're going to have a really good team. If you would like to fill out the paperwork early, we are going to put that on our website early next week, so that way you can have it printed out and filled out, and it'll really save you time on registration night.
And I know we always hear a lot about shotgun, so before we move on, I just wanted to mention parents, grandparents, a lot of folks come to us and ask about the shotgun program. It is one of our really strong growing programs, so spread the word. That is one registration night. In the past, we've done 2, so now we only have the 1. It makes things a little bit more streamlined from a paperwork standpoint, get all the students there at one time to hear from the coaches and hear the rules and regulations of being on that team. So please encourage your youth that you know interested in this program to come out that night. Our Dade Greater Gardener series is going well. We meet once a month. This program started back in April. It'll run for a full year. Last month, we had my colleague Paul Pugliese from Bartow County come talk about growing vegetables and raised bed gardens. But this month in December, we will have coming back from the Griffin area. He is our state vegetable and home garden specialist, Bob Westerfield. He will be coming back to present about marketing and selling crops. So I get asked questions quite often about how folks can grow produce and sell that produce, whether it be at a farm stand, off the edge of their farm. So he's going to come talk to us about what that looks like, the different licensing and regulations for that, and some food safety standards that they need to uphold if they want to sell that product. So we've had a really good diverse set of programs for it, and this is one that people have been very excited about since we started talking about it. The Tri-State Beekeepers Association will be meeting Monday, December 19th, right before Christmas. So put that on your calendar if you want to come see those folks and talk with them about having your own beehives, or just learn about beekeeping in general, or build that local relationship with your local beekeepers. And the Tri-State Cattlemen's Association annual banquet is tomorrow night. So the RSVP has already passed if you wanted that meal, but we do have a couple left. So first come, first serve. If you call me in the morning, let me know that you want one of those plates. We can reserve it. It's $25 for a steak dinner. And we will have some live music. It's more of just a dinner and a social. There's no formal presentation or program for that. But for the first time, I think ever, it's being held in Dade County. So it's often held over at the Walker County Civic Center. So we were working on the Ag Center today to get it all decorated with poinsettias, I should mention. So come check it out. Come to that meeting if you want to. You don't have to have dinner. There's enough room for you to come and just enjoy it without the dinner. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good job. All right. We have Miss Sandy White with the she's CEO of Alliance for Dade, your Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you for allowing me to come. I wanted to update you on a few things. Our current investor number is 109, and I hope y'all were able to come out to the expo last weekend. It was a really good success. We had about 80 exhibitors and over 1,000 attendees. It was a lot of fun, and I think everybody had a good time, and I think the vendors sold a lot of things. So we hope to have even a bigger and better one next year. Also, too, for those who do not know, we do have access to the Small Business Development Center Regional Office, which is out of Rome, that handles Dade County. So any small business that is looking for assistance in any number of ways, financing, marketing, bookkeeping, any kind of thing that a small business might need, all they have to do is give me a call at the Alliance for Dade, our chamber, and I can put them in contact with a consultant for whatever need they might have. So most of those opportunities are free, some are low cost. There's also a lot of webinars going on that are available to small business. So anything like that, they can feel, businesses can feel free to contact the chamber, and we'll be happy to put them in contact with the right people and get them what they need. Also, too, the upcoming events that are coming up, we'll have all the businesses on Main Street and on 136 have been decorating for the holidays, and so we'll be having the judging for the Light Up Trenton on December 3rd. Also, December 3rd is a very busy day. The Christmas crossing that the Sheriff's Department puts on, that'll be happening from 4 to 8 there on the square. And then the Christmas parade, of course, will be at 6 p.m. So lots to do on Saturday the 3rd, so I hope everybody will come out. Then on the 10th and the 11th, Rising Fawn Artist Studio Tour will be happening. So that'll be going on 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day, and that's in the New Salem area. You can find on their Facebook page a map that kind of will give you the areas where the studios are located, so you can tour those. Also, too, the numbers for the visitor center this month, we had 9 residents that came in, 21 visitors, and 40 calls. So that is the update for the visitor center. Also, too, we've got a couple of new things going on. We've got a new rack card brochure that will be going out to all the area visitor centers and chambers of commerce throughout, and then state visitor centers throughout the state, so that we will have something that visitors can pick up that's on Dade County. There has not been anything for a little while, and so this will fill that need. We also, there will be a QR code on the back that will point people to the tourism section of the website for Alliance for Dade. And so again, they can get further information about the community and come and visit. We also will be, hopefully by the spring, we'll be able to have a more in-depth visitor guide that will have talk about all the things that are available here in the county, and also a companion upgrade to the website that will complement it as far as more tourism information on the website for visitors. Also, too, in the meantime, we're collecting all that data, and so Margot has put together a couple of guides that we're going to be doing, a restaurant guide and a lodging guide. We'll be continuing to update those, especially the lodging, because a lot of the Airbnbs, once we find addresses and contact information, we'll add those. Also a shopping guide, but we've got those now available in the visitor center, so that anybody coming in, any visitor coming in, can get that information, and we can point them in the right direction. So that's my update. Do I have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. I think that's got all of our appearances, so we will go to our regular meeting at this time. I will ask Mr. Don Townsend, if you would, please give our financial report.
All right, as of November 30th, we had a balance of $1,311,934 in the general fund. General fund Investments totaled 1.3 million, so that's a total of $2,611,934. Federal Asset Fund, U.S. Treasury has a balance of 0. Sheriff Special Fund, $8,938. Drug Abuse Education Fund, $8,081. Supplemental Juvenile Services Fund, $28,316. Victim Assistance Fund, $95. Jail Fund, $6,247. Federal Asset Fund, Department of Justice, 0. The American Rescue Plan, $2,148,553. Accommodations tax is $232,021. Employees Flexible Spending Account is $23,486, and the payroll account, $48,873. We still have a balance in the old SPLOST, the 2015 SPLOST, of $166,909, but as you recall, we just used some of that money earlier, so that should go down significantly. 2021, the project account has a balance of $33,994. SPLOST proceeds account has a balance of $1,551,531. Looking at the next report is the income statement by department, and the income statement for October, this is ending October 31st. We brought in $2,384,702 in revenues, had budgeted $2,396,191, so that we were short $11,489,000. Year to date, we have collected $4,716,948. The budget was $4,445,826, so we were in excess of $271,121. The next page is the income statement for the expense side, and that is the, you'll notice a lot of red. That concerned me when I saw that this month, but what happened is, well, let me get through it first, and I'll tell you. The actual expenses that occurred were $1,202,009. We only budgeted $1,090,722. So we were under budget, over budget, I should say, $111,287. Year to date, we've spent $4,717,341. Year to date, budget was $4,608,398. So we were again over $108,942. What happened is we occasionally, twice a year, have 3 payrolls, and one of the payrolls was hit on the 30th of November, but I think what happened here is one of them got posted back. We had 2 posts in November, and one of them got posted in October. So naturally we had 3 in October, although the employees didn't get paid until November. It's just the way it's a timing. It was off by 1 day. And so the budgeted money got put in November, but it posted in October. So that happens occasionally. We try to catch that at the beginning of the year and looking forward, but sometimes these things happen. And another thing is if you look, a larger one is under emergency management. It is over $98,089, and we're aware of that. What's going on there is we have several project worksheets outstanding. Alex's case has been working with FEMA and GEMA through the storm shelters, and they're just taking their sweet time with the federal government to pay FEMA, to pay GEMA, and GEMA to pay the county. So, we'll get the money. It's just a matter of time. We've already turned everything in, the canceled checks, et cetera. So those monies will come in. So budget attained so far should be at 33.33%. We have budget attained revenues for 35.83%. Expenses attained were at 35.16%. Looking at local option sales tax for the month, November, we did collect $268,363.74 in special purpose local option sales tax collection. For the month of November that was deposited in November was $296,400. $926.33. Not quite what it's been over 300, but hey, we'll take it. We always, anything over 280, we consider above and beyond, and we're thankful for that. So the next report is the 2021 SPLOST tracking worksheet. As you can see there, nothing new to report, really. And flipping over to the final of the 2015 report, again, we're still awaiting some expenses on really the second page there. What's left is the fire departments, and they're trying. I see Rodney back there smiling, so he built some fires, and so we're getting there. I don't want to be the bad guy yet, so anyway, because I kind of want to put my house out if it were to catch on fire. And also, year to date, and I think they would either way, I think. Anyway, year to date, tax collections for Tax Commissioner Angie Galloway's office is at 27.38%. She's collected now through 11, this is as of November 2nd, 1,504,861. But as you may recall, the tax deadline, I think, was November 15th. So there's a healthy check coming in at the beginning of the month. Healthier at the school board, I'll note, but well, still healthy for us as well. That concludes the report.
All right, thank you, Don. Anybody got any questions for?
Just the 1.3 million in CDs, and it says variable. Why are they in
The one,
the very first page? General fund certificates of deposit, variable.
yeah, if you look at the bottom, you'll see the different rates there on the right. The very bottom represents the total of all those CDs. That's been reported every month for the last 15 years. So,
I didn't catch in on that.
yeah.
Any other questions?
I wish the interest rates were at 2% and above, but kind of went through a rough patch there the last couple of years, but hopefully they're starting to turn around.
Yeah, I'm getting some CDs. I got one at 4% here just not long ago.
Oh, well, that's great.
That's why I was wondering.
All right, hearing no other questions, I will entertain a motion to accept the clerk's financial report.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I second.
He said it.
Oh, I didn't hear.
One more
I
second.
was beginning to wonder.
I'm beginning when the financial report's gonna fail for lack of a second. All right, take a vote. Mr. Lowry,
Yes.
Mr. Hartline,
Yes.
Ms. Christensen Bradford,
Yes.
and Vice Chair votes yes. All righty. Thank you, Don. Next on our agenda is legal matters. Do anything, Mr. Rogers, that you have?
I don't, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Unfinished business, none that I know of. If anybody does, then, okay. Our new business then would be on our agenda items, the reading of the minutes. The reading of the minutes of the last month, the regular meeting, and any special call meetings will not be required since all commissioners have been furnished copies in advance. The minutes are public record and available for review in the County Commission office. The minutes are included in the consent agenda and will be considered for approval under new business. I want to ask our clerk, Mr. Don Townsend, to read aloud the items for consideration from tonight's meeting on our consent agenda.
Okay. We have the approval of the agenda as presented, approval of previous meeting minutes, the review of personal status report, resolution R-66-22, appointment of a member to the Industrial Development Authority for a term of 6 years commencing January 1st, 23 through December 31st, 28. That's Mr. Will Garrett. Resolution R-68-22, reappointment of Mr. Kevin Smith to the Special Use Permit Board commencing January 1st, 23, expiring December 31st, 2026, 4-year term. We have resolution let's see, under approval of the SPLOST, we have a Life Pack 1000 and a Lucas device. The Life Pack was $4,873.82. The Lucas chest compression system was $19,873.77 for a total of $24,747.59. And that's approved for South Dade Fire Department from their old SPLOST. Motorola APX 6500 mobile 800 megahertz radios for various fire departments per se, South Dade, New Salem, and Davis. And those were as well approved. We have new vehicle replacement for E911 EMA. That is for a 2023 F-250 4x4 from Prater Ford for $56,551.16. Let's see. I have update pricing. I need to pull that out. I had that pulled up. Updated pricing for from E911 RFP for the selection. That is on. No matter how well I'm prepared. Here it is. 100. It's the 5 positions Zetron system for the purchase of next gen ready E911 system was a total of $186,208.50, but for years 2 through 5, including the support there, was a total of $244,108.50. All right, and then we have from Mr. James Blevins for the old historic courthouse approval of RFP 2002-10 for the elevator shaft fireproofing to Fire Stop Solutions for $2,808, and also approval of RFP 2022-11 to Demco Contractor Construction, I should say, for stormwater and sidewalk site work project. And then under Resolution R-58-22, this is private probation services agreement with Georgia Probation Services for the Superior Courts. Resolution R-59-22, private probation services agreement with Georgia Probation Services for Probate Court of Dade County, and Resolution R-60-22 for private probation services agreement with Georgia Probation Services for the Magistrate Courts. And that concludes the consent agenda.
Is there any questions or discussion before the report is read? If not, I will ask for a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept as read.
Second?
I'll second.
All right. And give a roll call then. Mr. Lowry?
Yes.
Mr. Hartline?
Yes.
I vote yes. Ms. Bradford?
Yes.
All right, so that passes. We've already had our citizen participation, unless somebody has something really burning.
We got
on you.
hands up. Back there.
At the Christmas parade, we had,
We can hear you.
the people at home can.
We've had a lot of calls today because of the Christmas parade this Saturday and the crossing. We've had a discussion, the Sheriff's Department and I. At this point, it's still a go as far as having, there's some weather questions popping up. We've looked at it a time or two, and as of tonight, it's still a go. Tomorrow afternoon, we will make an absolute decision. If we have to postpone it, it will be the following Saturday, same time, same place, but the following Saturday, which is the 10th. Tomorrow afternoon, if we have to cancel, we'll put the word out there on social media. We'll call the radio station and everybody and let you know. The weather at this point is showers Saturday morning. We've all prepared so much and worked so hard. We're hoping that we can go ahead and have this. And for everybody that's interested about the football game, it is supposed to be projected up here. We have it set up so that the game can be shown as well, and we'll be giving updates about the score. Sorry about the timing of everything, but such is life. Anyway, just so everybody will know, and people out there in TV land and all, we will know something definite tomorrow. If you don't hear from us, then it's still a go. If we have to postpone, we'll do our best to let everything and everybody know, okay?
Okay.
And thanks, everybody. We've had so many calls and people that's going to participate. Looks like it'll be even bigger than it was, which is phenomenal. So let's keep our fingers crossed.
And
Thank
thank
you.
you for making everything look so pretty.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I hope everybody enjoys it.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. All right, there was no other business before us. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All right, roll call. Louder. Mr. Hartline?
Yes.
I vote yes. Ms. Bradford?
Yes.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you for being here, and everybody have a wonderful